UEFA Champions League no course. I mean, him say see the more any shape more any more the BR when it comes to the Champions League in this animal on Beko Fikesi, you know. Yesterday it was kakra nyeka fa kakra. It will room. I think that the shock results about Salzburg it's in a fie na Brest. Eba be by 4-0. Now the rate coincidentally your breast cancer awareness month I'm friend Pink October and I say Pinktober. For kokora me betima buy ma enufumu. And breast kwa Salzburg phone you see any October the breast there. Okay. Into enufu wedding kunim. And it happened yesterday at Salzburg.
Nti ya no mse enye nufu ne den.
Oh, almost say so won worry. I don't worry.
Oh, me a question buza me.
Let me be my scenario.
Oh, start you. Me buza simple question me say.
What worry na? Then you worry kakra.
Oh, chama.
Me worry.
And yan kan worry sabo. Oh, ka breast cancer say na me say.
And I say what worry.
Almost say breast cancer na antidote ne say yenya den.
Almost say you know, massaging of the breast now. So
I so nufu.
I say about lamps and bam them.
I see.
Very important.
Yes, num so eh.
Saying na account, say no so no say a muscles of the mouth no so to me boa.
To ye be me bia num
na bisusum.
Ni susum so.
Ba won ware ntie nye bi. O ware ya no abe.
O se na ye boa ma cancer na free ho.
And do
ye ka tiu kofi ye ka se ye twa wade a. Cancer ni best. Ye boa yi cancer free ho. Kofi
cancer ni best any man.
Best any man ti. E ngwa gra mi nusum ma Mantin man, you know. I come.
The 30 days wait.
30 days wait. Yeah.
Boabi.
Mumian sum.
Boabi. What should be na buano. Nana who is buano. Very, very important. It's an estimate 2,000 Ghana cedis. I want to say. Here for rem. See, in all of the games, and now, after say Stuttgart and Salzburg, they didn't go according to plan based on your analysis now. All of the other games, Inter Tenerife 4-0. Leverkusen AC Milan. PSV Sports in a ball draw over 1.5. No Man City share by 4-0. FC Dortmund 7-1. Arsenal we need 2-0. We got the results that we wanted in our games, but the Yenya and they say first two games of Salzburg and Stuttgart no. I want another problem. Richard, make a say the Arsenal team is suited for the Champions League, meaning in terms of pedigree, they are not where anybody or a European great are watching Champions League than ever. In fact, since the old Champions League, in the old Champions League format, and yet an old one UEFA competition before CSO Chabano, it has only been Chelsea and Man City. Amongst others, for you to come and win, and Arsenal have not been able to do that. And now, match on bottom say 2-0. Paris Oshabona. Paris Saint-Germain for the ball. They allow them to have the ball.
It's because of Luis Enrique.
No, you see, I don't think the Paris Saint-Germain lost.
Osha in the first level.
Michel Bibia. No, Babon can't be no Babon.
I said Colomwani not a bench.
No, but for Colomwani.
At least start him.
What to call him when he change? What team is Sabidia? No, Arsenal were solid.
And me can't Arsenal mobile. But some say Arsenal is solid because of the first 11.
And
front three. Bakola.
Tobase. Also one cast Arsenal mobile. But Okase because of Paris Saint-Germain for the first level. They mean that you are giving credit to Paris Saint-Germain, discrediting Arsenal for effort.
No. Minkasa.
Any someone because
no. The person me say Arsenal boss, our boy no mutimi boy because of the first level now, Luis Enrique the boy.
That's what it means. Then it means that Arsenal boy no boy.
So my Arsenal the upper hand. Enra, the two goals Arsenal see. Look at the first goal and the second goal.
But it's not because of the start.
Donnarumma.
And because of our front line. But I don't know goalkeeper. And I make a 20 Paris Saint-Germain one than better. Donnarumma is the goalkeeper. Donnarumma is one of the most overrated goalkeepers now. But then again, she Arsenal solidity. No? See, in terms of physicality, Arsenal is too defensive and it's animal. But in terms of physicality, in terms of defensive solidity, they get a job done. and then in the middle of the pack. When he started with Jean Neves, played the Zaire Emery, and Vitinha, in terms of size and physicality, Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, they were bullying them. Say, Arsenal, almost somebody used to Bradley Barcola from the wing. Nobody used to decide do it from the winger. There was always Julian Timber and Ricardo Calafiori that were dealing with our 1v1 threats. So, whilst Paris Saint-Germain was okay, on you maybe, but last season, even Kylian Mbappe, they were still not delivering at the highest level. It is Arsenal's team, in my opinion. Arsenal building very, very well. They have been quality on the ball, without the ball. Set pieces, headers, whatever. Arsenal are solid. And for me, that defensive solidity, what they have to do in say, consistency in the defensive solidity. Go away to Inter, or match. Go and win away at Inter. Then make a statement win. Then we can say Arsenal definitely are in there in terms of the Champions League. Yeah? I say, I give a lot of credit to Barcelona these days. Maybe the Osha Barca team now is clear and glaring. And now, 5-0. We expected scoreline ready and but they are just about 2 or 3 performances in the game. And then me can't want them. One, Inigo Martinez in the goal scorers on the 4th goal, 37th minute, Inigo Martinez. Goal, 3rd goal for team of friend Barcelona. Makase left-footed centre back. Last season, you feel athletic Bayern. He was not at this level, but for some reason, Ronald Araujo knew him. Pau Kubasi ball RCB, Inigo Martinez ball LCB. What team dominating ball? Eye aggressive winning balls the back. Debi Ayaka Kubasi wants him because he's younger, 17 years of age. But Inigo, there is a physicality in the bench. Or we need duels or switching the point of view of attack every time for team friend Barcelona. It's every time Barca on the front foot and a branch friend of Gavi and Pedri and now. Say open a modern day o collab na so be so build a modern day midfielder at age 21. It is Pedri. There is an analytical video and I'm saying you time I'll bring it in and analyze it to you. The number of times that Pedri is scanning his shoulders and Sand were receiving ball. Number of times was scanning and Sand were play forward. Pedri is exceptional. On the ball, off the ball, whatever you want you to do. And on you're physically the best midfielder in the world. And Pedri is working hard, twice as hard as everybody in the middle of the park without the ball. Intibas any ball now. Was on himself only the physicality to win a lot of duels. No, Adiabakwa Pedri, and he said consistently. He makes sure that Oba working hard, no one cover a lot of ground for FC Barcelona and now. I think that for me, those are the 2 games that now were exciting for me, and the key points are in there. Yeah, we were in the match. I am very, very important. And that match is never. It's essentially about who wants it more and what can happen. Say, Osha match is never one. Shakhtar about Atlanta, Girona about final, Liverpool about Bologna, Leipzig about Juventus, Benfica about Atleti, Dynamo Kiev about Monaco, Lille about Real Madrid, Aston Villa about Bayern Munich, Stormgrass about Club Brugge also given. Bologna echo away, Akobo Liverpool. For me, the job of Ancelotti deserves a lot of credit. Nyama Liverpool players now and what he has done now. And I think that is slightly different from what Jurgen Klopp does. For Ancelotti, more of counter pressing, but also being direct. It is also the league table of number of passes before creating chances. Liverpool for that form because consistently they want to play quick in between the lines. They want to be direct and then hit you on the transition. They are going to play against Vincenzo Italiano, Bologna side last season. Now Thiago Motta de Bologna for the qualified by Champions League, but now it is Vincenzo Italiano, former Fiorentina manager and manager. Italiano will bad history when he goes to Champions League or even European matches away from home. So I don't expect them to totally come in and then surprise Liverpool. For Liverpool on top of the English Premier League and then they are scoring. And then himself will get it. One thing that's been very, very important, one Arsenal, Liverpool for team has been the physicality of Ibu Konate. In the times a match you get Ibu Konate coming up and then winning duels and getting goals. You know, my last game against Wolves, he came up. First game away to Ipswich, he was there as well, and was very, very important for them. Ryan Gravenberch has also been, a revelation at the 6th holding role on FIFA on controlling the game. Even with Freula and all the very good boys are Bologna side. I think it's Liverpool, RB Leipzig, and then the Red Bull Arena in Germany, Juventus Aircon. See, when Thiago Motta dreamt of being a manager, it was at this level. It was at Games BC. Now, only in the Italian Serie A, Juventus in Consiglio. Italian Serie A, you start here, not even one goal. And it has just been Pierre Kalulu, Bremen, Ewe Chironum. Then adding the young boys, the Free Juventus Academy, Cambiaso, Scalvini, then adding it to the middle of the park, what they have in Manuel Locatelli in the middle of the park, they have been very, very good. The thing is that Omo defending more on the front foot. Omo, they will press you better, win the ball, have lots of the ball, so they will limit you to less chances. Also, the XG table, it is difficult for you to create better XGs against Thiago Motta's side, their friend Juventus. They are going away in the Champions League. A game that's going to be very, very difficult. Bremen and Federico Gatti, and the two centre-back pair with Pierre Kalulu and Cambiaso making the back four. Then Lilian Thuram, Manuel Locatelli. Then Twin Cop Mianes as a 10. Yildiz and Gonzalez. Then you have Dusan Vlahovic leading the lines. But you are playing against a Leipzig sider. And yet very, very stubborn with Benjamin Sesko, who has his moment in Europe. So it's a game. And then I know, sir, not too much to be said. Strengths are not too far from each other, but in goals, more likely to game. Atletico de Madrid go away to Benfica. After that last minute goal from Angel Correa in the Madrid derby, almost go Benfica. And Nancy, you see a league phase before it was the group stage of the Champions League. Atletico don't get an easy passer. Even when they go to the middle table teams, Portugal, Germany, clubs, now they struggle to play against them. And going away to go and play with the Smith's Benfica side, away at Benfica, it's definitely not going to be easy. So, Oshe Atletico team now, because Angel Correa Enya Sago, he has gotten a place to start. Same back five, Jimenez, Axel Wetzel, Yatis Lenormand, Epra, so he's not going to be part of the back five. And then Molina, and Riquelme, then you have Conor Gallagher, Koke, Lorente, Griezmann, Correa, and Julian Alvarez up top. They are going away to go and play against a Benfica side. Watch Lewis, when Andersons, Otamendi, Silva, Bar. Then, of course, Di Maria, Elidio, Molines, also Emma Benfica for a very, very tough game for Atletico de Madrid. But it's a game, I don't think, so, even though they are going away, they will lose. Double chance for Atletico de Madrid for no away. Then in Lille, I think the Lille for no are going to get a very, very big time. Now, the woman say, Eduardo Camavinga call back to baby or start here, Brabono. As a young boy, where his footballing journey really began, and he's going back to Real Madrid. This time, or a budding boy, or a very, very good player in the middle of the park, or a solid, everything that you want to get from him. And yet, say, Abrante Fede Kylian returning Mbappe, so we'll be back with a squad. In Jinani, yet say, Kebenat for long. No, he's back with the team. Chimeni was there. Or see, we have to give it our all and fight to win this match. Because some first game against Stuttgart was not an easy one. We take Carlo Ancelotti, so we'll be back to our best soon. And it is essentially because Madrid didn't do level now in expect some bedroom. They are struggling to control games in possession. The kind of players Amadou Kita Sisiano, they are not expected to not have most of the ball. They are expected to have the ball. But they are not getting that now. And they are struggling to get possession. They are struggling to control games. And they have to start doing that against Lille. So Mbappe, any the possible lineup now yet now because some managing a yes, but this is Madrid will go back to last season shape, a 4-1-2-1-2. But this time also the absence of Jude Bellingham, yet he's not going to start in this game. Rudiger, Militao, Fela Mendy, Vasquez, Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouameni, and Adagula. It means that Soko tactical ball, you will have Camavinga as the base of the diamond, Orient Tchouameni on the left hand side, Valverde on the right, then Rodrigo de Vinicius Jr. will do the job. Then Abrante friend Adagula is going to be the number 10. right in front of the 2 midfielders and create. Now, what that means, they say Ushe Sabo be say, Madrid will cede possession to Lille for no. Allow the Akite money, Bodimoni, Andre to control the game in the middle of the park. Now, say, back transition, not Lusubo. Then Madrid will quickly transit. Whilst overloading the left-hand side with Vinicius Jr. and any other player, with Vinimo on pace no, to turn over, get the possession, and then attack the spaces and hurt you. The expectation about the Echo waiting Lille, the young Casabibre, it has to be a win. In the context of European games, in the last forever. Aston Villa versus Bayern Munich, then can share a game, but a game and for 2 reasons. The first reason is that Unai Emery has been spot on in the Juma Oye for Aston Villa. Baby of our club be free. How he has transformed them on the English Premier League table and even qualifying them to Europe. In fact, in our last game of Europe, they had to dominate the game from the first half and show a real statement. Now, what's your team now? Oma be feeling with the strength of Amadou Onana will feel if you want him. Somebody that really epitomizes what you need on the European night. Obi will cover a lot of ground for you. Obi are physically or astute. Obi are stylistically on the ball and then create chances for you in the absence of Douglas Luiz. Now there have been 2 key members of Aston Villa side now using Abrante Fene, John Duran from the bench and Oli Watkins consistently getting goals for you. Omuba against a Bayern Munich side that has come new under Vincent Kompany, also being very flamboyant, also a lot of goals in the German Bundesliga. Last season, almost dropping point to Leverkusen with you, but this time to Xavi Alonso team, no, almost a good 1-1 draw to build a lot of confidence. So it tells you almost go away to Villa, no, and you give me Villa will come in at a very, very high line. Last season, Unai Emery actually Vincent Kompany Burnley team, no, or you know, but it's a new side. Rich, buying team here very exciting. Very, very exciting. But don't discount Aston Villa for no. Do not. Because if you say that Douglas Luiz Echo and who is going to create for them, and there is Rodgers. Maybe you've not watched him in the English Premier League. Wherever he picks the ball, just on the ball carrying, the ball retention, any the chance creation in all the house spaces, whether the left or right, so he is able to do the job for you. Amadou Onana, the physical presence, if you want him, cover grounds like I mentioned. Once you Tillemans conducts the play, deep line, or control game will feel for them. Then they have pace in Ramsey and Abrante Fen Leon Bailey. Then Abrante Fen Watkins lead the lines. If the game stretches, that's Omunya Boni Bimbo, Omunya Ghost Nisha. Then they bring in the Colombian John Duran, who has an excellent ball striking ability, whether in the box or outside of the box, and also has had a striker's instinct to pounce on loose balls. Diego Carlos, any Pau Torres, any Abrante Fen Luca Dini, all of them have experience in Europe. There is a World Cup winner in Martinez. It's any team on Extra Bayern for, but of course, in terms of player for player, qualitative analysis, Bayern for is superior than Aston Villa. But they are playing in the Midlands of England. Oh, Bobo, Honma Eden, especially in the European night. And I'll give you a clear example of Paris Saint-Germain away to Newcastle last season. Sometimes the English boys, no, only a small sites and almost Champions League for the first night at home. They want to create an atmosphere. Well, Michael Olise, Mose Ginabri, any Jamal Muslima, we all know that they are good enough. Can they stand that? I think that Bayern for no.
Okay.
It was tactically and qualitatively a slight hand over Aston Villa. They may win, but a win for Bayern and even goals. Those are all the games and then in the Champions League and matches now. It's open. Any dia, let's just speak for you.
Yeah. Chess can be quiet. I'll answer you now. Young phone.
Atlanta no.
Shakhtar Donetsk.
And now bets in the Arsenal bonus on my chairman. Why am I? I'm going to do it. My bets not too.
Then Arsenal. Then.
I was Arsenal PSG. Now it's only Arsenal.
No. Maybe I'll man to them can. Say.
Then I can.
Me in the context of the Champions League, Arsenal in Germany.
Only Arsenal.
Oh yes. Now, Kofi, some new near Arsenal in the Premier League. Born Arsenal, Bono Premier League, so Mubom Quata. Our Champions League, Nima.
I say no more than run.
Miss Enna game, no, Unma de Quintia. Men Casas and Hanyadio. But the first level of Luis Enrique Menzo, to be honest with you,
okay.
Me, man, who's that? And yes, Arsenal, she twin about me who say Luis Enrique first level, no, and answer Dam Arsenal. And Arsenal between this PSG team, Saint and you to be Asana. News.
Atlanta Shakhtar.
Atlanta no one Shakhtar Donetsk. One ebo home. Shakhtar ebo home.
By any home and Castle because of the Ukraine issues, no.
Yeah. Omo no Poland.
Yeah.
Sa game no mun kon goals.
Goes over 1.5.
About 1.5.
Okay.
Goals yeah. Girona and Feyenoord.
But so you the new and Miami.
Debbie, you would anyway because time so. From time 2 minutes. We na
Atlanta have small issues kaka. Or call away to Shakhtar. Main trusty goals into Atlanta double chance away to Shakhtar Donetsk. Girona final. Girona air struggle to score goals. I'm quite with Paris Saint-Germain. This week on board draw against Celta Vigo or the Spanish La Liga. Match we over 0.5 per or some match with Girona any final. Liverpool bet